Fantasy football fans, welcome back to another episode of Fox Fantasy Insiders. My name is Lucas.
And I'm Justin.
And we're your Fox Fantasy Insiders. We'll be here all NFL season long, talking all things fantasy football. And here we are in week 2. Week 1's wrapped up, Justin.
It's done. It went by like that.
First initial reactions, fantasy takeaways that you want to bring up from week 1.
Dude, just good football.
There's some good games.
From Thursday, Friday, Sunday even had great game. The Sunday night game.
Sunday night game, we got to talk a little bit about the Bills and spotlight them. I got Lamar Jackson in many leagues.
Oh,
and he delivered
my.
fantasy-wise. But that football game itself, Josh Allen, what he did and how he came back after, kind of stinking the bed. I guess
first 3 quarters.
The Ravens were just so dominant.
Yeah.
First half of the game, and then they just choked.
I remember looking over at my brother-in-law when we were watching the game, and I said, the Ravens look like a Super Bowl team.
And I still think they'll get there.
And
this is probably going to be an AFC Championship game.
I agree with that.
And I'm all for it. That's popcorn. In our work league, I had a 35-point lead. And my opponent had Josh Allen. And guess who lost by 3 points? I did.
This guy.
So you're never safe when you're going against Josh Allen. I wasn't comfy either. I saw I had a 35-point lead, and I was like...
No, it's never...
I'm like, great. I don't feel good about this.
No, and especially against the Ravens, you knew going into that game it's going to be a high-slinging game, high-scoring game.
Yeah.
It's just... But then, oh, man. We talk about Thursday game where Jalen Carter spit on Dak and...
Yeah, a lot of storylines
chipping away. And then Friday, I picked the Chargers to beat the Chiefs. Oh, man.
Yeah, Chargers look good.
Chargers look so good.
The Jets-Steelers game was also a very good Sunday game.
Who saw that coming?
That wasn't on my bingo card of being probably the most exciting noon game this week. That was fun. Justin Fields looks like he could be a fantasy league winner if he keeps up the rushing upside and everything like that. But I got to ask you, Vikings fan, they didn't look well in the first half.
First 3 quarters.
Ending week 1, Monday Night Football with Vikings going to Chicago. Pretty big divisional game. And J.J. McCarthy didn't look like a guy. He looked rough. Threw a pick 6, I think, in the third quarter, I believe. And then he comes out. And he's just a dog.
And then he wins us the game. He looked like prime Tom Brady in the fourth quarter. I'll eat my words. This is who I am. I say it how it is. I'm in a group chat with Luke and a couple other coworkers, and the first half, I'm like, we really spent a first-round draft pick on this guy? And Luke, being Mr. Optimistic over here, he's like,
it's his first start.
It's his first start. He's the youngest quarterback.
The youngest NFL starting quarterback right now. Jackson Dart is younger.
Yeah,
but
he's not starting. Right.
So.
JJ's 22 years old. I'm like, you're right. And then third quarter, my coworker Tyler's like, I turned off the game. And jokingly, I'm like, I did too. Fourth quarter though,
I'm like, you chumps might want to turn this game back.
I can't do it. I'm a Viking fan. Even how bad it looked, I had to watch the whole thing. And I am glad I did because I did not expect it.
Can I talk about just being a loyal fan here for a second? Because during the Bills-Ravens game, Josh Allen said he saw a lot of people leaving.
Yep.
And he's like, have a little faith. Especially if you're there and if you're leaving early.
Yeah.
I don't know what you're doing. My team, the Broncos could be getting blown out 50-3. And I'm still going to watch it.
Yeah,
it's my team, and I'm going to suffer as they suffer. And that's just part of being a loyal fan. That's my take.
Yeah, well, it's did you not pay for those tickets?
Right.
You're just going to leave third quarter?
Right.
I'm getting my money's worth.
Yeah.
Regardless. But yeah, I agree with what Josh Allen said. Having faith. And I did not have faith in the first half of that game.
No.
But
pull it together.
Yeah.
What were some big surprises from week 1? Obviously, we had studs and duds, but a lot of the duds was A.J. Brown, Nico Collins, Jamar Chase. A lot of big named players didn't perform that well. And I just want to quick say this same thing happened last year.
Yeah, it did.
Where it was a bunch of these big name players had 3 catches. I mean, A.J. Brown, I think, literally had like 1 catch.
He had 1 catch.
If I were you, I wouldn't panic.
No.
And if you don't have these guys on your team and other people are panicking, I would shoot them some trade offers, and it's worth a shot.
Yeah.
Because these are unattainable guys. Like Amon-Ra St. Brown didn't have that good of a game. He will have good games. Now, I might just say also, like, these dud games, every wide receiver, every running back will have at least like 2 or 3 of these.
It's gonna happen.
It just feels bad when it's in week 1 because you assume this is going to be the norm.
Yeah.
It's not the norm. It's just a dud game. It'll be okay. So that's one of the big takeaways I wanted to mention. And I also want to mention Danny Dimes. What? Colts quarterback? Daniel Jones? Is this
Peyton Manning 2.0?
Justin, is this a thing where they played a crappy defense in the Dolphins? Or is this, I mean, they take on the Broncos next week.
Yeah.
So I guess that'll be like a better test.
Right.
But what are your takes on Daniel Jones here?
Okay. I've always liked Daniel Jones. I have.
Really?
I don't know why. He's just a funny player to watch. And when he's lightened up, he's lightened up. But I saw a picture of him standing behind the Colts offensive line. So much time. And when you go from the Giants offensive line, who is just terrible, to a Colts offensive line who can kind of hold their own, dude, he looked so good.
And this can be a thing where you need a fresh start. Look at Baker Mayfield. We talked about him last episode.
Yep.
Where it's like sometimes it just takes that right spot, to be fantasy relevant.
Right.
And maybe Daniel Jones just had to get out of New York, find a fantasy-friendly home.
Yep.
And that could be
the Colts.
And that also could mean Anthony Richardson might be like Trey Lance, like fizzled, like done.
Dude, which sucks.
He could be done.
Sucks.
I love Anthony Richardson.
Yeah.
I was a believer.
In one of my dynasty leagues, one of our players needed a quarterback, and he really wanted Anthony Richardson. He gave away 3 first-round picks for Anthony Richardson.
That's not very smart.
No. It was a 3-way trade between 3 of us, and he shipped away 3 firsts to get Anthony Richardson. Now he's just sitting on the bench.
Yeah.
And then he traded away Travis Etienne for Tank Bigsby.
I traded away Anthony Richardson this offseason for a second rounder, and I feel like I won because I got something out of it.
Right.
Otherwise, I was going to drop him to the waivers. I had to cut the fat off. So, yeah, I mean, did you have any other big surprises that you wanted to talk about from week 1, fantasy-wise?
Zay Flowers looked good. I mean,
usually the Ravens' weapons, too, besides Derrick Henry, are kind of like smorgasbord, It's like kind of like the Packers in a way. There's not like a clear wide receiver 1.
Right, it just spreads the ball.
That might change here with the Ravens. I mean, he's like always open.
Yeah,
he's always finding those pockets to sit open and
then Travis Kelce absolutely annihilating his own player.
Yeah, I don't know. For fantasy football wise,
R.I.P.
Hollywood Brown might have to step up.
Yeah, I'm plugging him in all my lineups.
So, okay, well, there's our week 1 takeaways, some reactions. Let's talk a little bit about our My Guys. So last episode, we each picked 2 guys that we, wanted to follow throughout the season and kind of like these are our dudes that you can get at a value in your fantasy drafts and, just check. Not every week check on them, but
throughout the season. But here we are in week 2, and I kind of want to talk about one of my guys, especially. Well, first I'll get the ugly out of the way. Dak Prescott was one of my guys, and tough defense, tough Eagles defense, and now he's gonna be playing a tough Giants defense. So it's gonna be a couple bumpy roads with Dak right away. You just kind of have to keep rolling him out there and kind of just hope. You could stream other quarterbacks, but he went 21 of 34 passes for 188 yards, and then he ran for another 3 yards, only about 8 fantasy points. Now he did. CD Lamb didn't help him out a lot. No.
He was this close that in the first quarter, CD Lamb was this close to scoring a touchdown, which would have just bumped Dak's scoring tremendously. So I'm not worried. I'm not pressing the panic button on Dak Prescott. But my guy I want to talk about.
Oh, yeah, talk about him.
Was my rookie,
Ooh.
Emeka Egbuka. 4 of 6 targets for 67 yards and 2 touchdowns. 23 fantasy points. First touchdown looked nice. I was like, all right, they're getting him involved. And then that second touchdown was on the game-winning drive for
He called it. Did you see that?
The Buccaneers. Yeah. So I think this guy is going to be a budding superstar.
Yeah.
Like, he might be the wide receiver 1 on the Buccaneers this year. And here I am in week 2 saying that, and Mike Evans definitely can step up. Chris Godwin can come back, but remember,
Rookie of the year?
I mean, he could be. You don't know. But Jalen McMillan's still hurt. He's going to be out for several weeks. Cade Otton didn't do anything. I think he played. But, I mean, Emeka Egbuka, let's talk about his time at Ohio State again. Like, he was always the second thought because he was overshadowed by these other crazy wide receivers.
Yeah.
And people have said in the draft process, Emeka Egbuka is the most polished wide receiver in this draft class.
Yeah.
And NFL ready, that's translating here. So
yeah, well, Mbuka in the huddle, he's like, run this post, I'm gonna get the touchdown.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what happened.
I mean,
it looks so good.
I love that guy. How did your my guys do?
Not good.
That's all right.
I mean,
honestly.
Not the best. I mean, George Pickens, going off of what Luke said about Dak, he didn't really look towards Pickens a lot. I mean, it was all CeeDee Lamb, but like we kind of expect that. CeeDee, he's the wide receiver 1, right? Like he is the true stud on that team. He only caught 3 of 4 for 30 yards. One of them was a 30-yard pass interference, which he should have caught, but it was kind of tough. But I think the future is still bright with him. It's going to take time. The more he plays and settles in with the offense, it's going to get acclimated. It's like the same thing with Amari Cooper.
Yeah.
Like the first couple games, didn't do much. And after that,
Amari Cooper.
Yeah.
Oh, you're talking about like when I was going to say he's retired now.
Yeah, when Amari Cooper was on
the
Cowboys and it was that duo, Cooper was lighting it up, halfway in the season. I think that's going to be what's going to happen with Pickens. Mm-hmm. So I'm not panicking on Pickens at all. And then my rookie, Travion Henderson.
It's going to be brighter days for this guy too.
He was a clear back in this offense. I mean, Ramondre Stevenson rushed for 7 times for 15 yards. Travion Henderson rushed 5 times for 27 yards, and he caught all 6 of his passes from Drake May for 24.
The only panic I have about Travion Henderson is he plays a little bit smaller, and I think like at the goal line, Ramondre might get some of those carries, so it might be touchdown dependent. But if you're in a PPR league, like you're rolling out Travion.
Yeah, I mean he had 11 points.
Yeah.
I mean, it
wasn't even that impressive, so it's gonna get better.
Yeah, I mean, to me a win is anything over 10 points, double digits. If you plugged them in for your flex play, I'm not mad at that at all.
No, yeah, you're happy with that.
Yep.
Especially with some of these other like dud plays.
Yeah, I still stand behind my statement I said last week of Henderson taking over that backfield. I think he will take it over by like week 5.
Yeah, Ramondre will fumble here and there, and then they're just gonna make the switch. Cool. Okay, so let's get into some overreactions and underreactions here. So Justin and I both have an overreaction. People are overreacting about something, but people are also maybe underreacting. They're not talking about something enough. So we each have one overreaction, one underreaction. Justin, hit us with your first overreaction from week 1.
What
are people freaking out about? The Chiefs?
I'm going to say the Chiefs. I think people are thinking the dynasty's over. Mm-hmm. I don't think that. I think they just looked sloppy and kind of unprepared for this game.
They're banged up.
Yeah, I mean, they're without their top 2 receivers. Worthy went out, the first drive. Thank you, Travis Kelce. And you got to keep in mind, Mahomes has never had a receiver and a running back go for over 1,000 yards in the same season of his career. However, I think they just look like an above-average team.
So I got to ask you, it's a fantasy football show. Are people overreacting about the Chiefs dynasty, from a football standpoint, or are you talking fantasy football?
I'm saying as a football standpoint.
Okay, so no fantasy.
Fantasy standpoint, I think this is good for Hollywood Brown and Travis Kelce. Mm-hmm. Who else do they have to go for? I mean, they're without Rashee Rice until week 6. They're without Worthy for at least for another 4 weeks.
Yeah.
The running back game, Kareem Hunt looked a lot better than Pacheco.
Yeah, I think that's I mean, are you overreacting about that backfield? Or are you kind of saying like this might be a thing?
No, I think the backfield is, I think it's an overreaction. I think the backfield is going to step it up and Pacheco is going to find his rhythm and his groove again.
Yeah.
It's just, again, it's week 1. Like,
that can be call your shot, honestly. Like part of me thinks that Pacheco is not what he's, 2 years ago, what he used to be. But I just think Kareem Hunt's going to be kind of more involved. And I think it was the first 3 plays, the Chiefs, there was a different running back in every play.
Yeah.
And that's scary,
Especially because you're drafting Pacheco in the 2nd, 3rd round. Like, that's such a high draft.
I don't know about that. You're probably like 3rd, 4th. But, you're kind of expecting a starting running back.
Yeah, right.
And
in the Chiefs offense, which is a high octane offense with Patrick Mahomes behind it. Like, yeah, I think that's an overreaction.
Okay. All right. Well, my overreaction is kind of already mentioned it. People panicking about these wide receivers that have those big names that underperformed week 1. Some people might be freaking out at A.J. Brown, barely targeted. I'm just going to say it again. Go and target these guys if you don't have them. It's worth a shot. I've seen trades happen last year because Jamar Chase had a slow start last year. Drake London had a slow start last year. JSN, my guy from last year, had a slow start, and then they turned into league winners. Yeah. Like I said, these players will have at least 1 or 2 games, 3 games that are like duds throughout the season. It just hurts worse when it's in week 1. So don't panic.
No, and honestly, I'd rather have it happen in week 1 than in the later weeks when you need a win to get into playoffs.
It's just hard because we don't know.
Right.
It's the beginning of the season. We don't know everything that happened in training camp, and we don't know what these coaches are drawing up because maybe, for a person that's overreacting, they might think, oh, A.J. Brown is clearly not in the picture anymore, and now the Eagles just acquired Tank Bigsby. Maybe they're going to go more just running back heavy. These guys especially these insane contracts, you just got to remain calm. Don't panic. So that's just don't overreact on these underperformances.
Yeah, they didn't just pay these guys over $100 million to not use them.
Yeah.
Like, obviously the Eagles' offense is very run heavy. It works for them. But A.J. Brown is a stud. Like, there's no way that he's not going to get the ball.
I know it hurts, but don't overreact. Okay? So keep rolling them out. Underreactions. What are people not talking about?
Underreaction, kind of to keep an eye on things. The Dolphins. If you guys have any Dolphins players, it's something to keep an eye on.
Like DEF CON?
Yeah, I don't. They look terrible. Like, is this going to be the worst team in the league this year?
I said that. Like, I think so.
You know what I mean? You don't expect it. They got Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle, Devin Achane. Tua.
Tua looks awful.
So bad.
If you guys haven't seen the clip, Tyreek Hill obviously frustrated with the offense. He's freaking out on the sidelines. I don't even know if it's a hot take at this point. He's going to get traded this
He will
offseason.
get traded.
Like, if they lose the next 3 games... they're getting Tyreek Hill out of there. And I'm not saying Tyreek Hill is going back to the Chiefs because now,
Well,
Xavier Worthy's hurt. No, that's not going to happen, I don't think. But if it does, you heard it here first. He's going to get traded.
I think he will.
If they lose the next couple games.
I could see him going to the Steelers too.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Him and Metcalf. But, yeah, I just think to keep an eye on fantasy standpoint, if you have Dolphin players, I feel like the only comfortable player I'm starting is Devin Achane.
Yeah, just for PPR value. He kind of bailed himself out, getting that late touchdown in the game. But so your underreaction kind of goes contradicting my overreaction, where it's like, hey, don't worry about these big names, and look at this team and be like, but you should overreact overreact, or not overreact. You should
keep an eye
on this team because it actually might be dog duty.
Yeah, I mean, 8 points. I mean, that's all they. 211 yards, total yards for the entire game. They lost 33-8, and the 8 points didn't come until the fourth quarter.
Yeah,
it's
something to keep an eye on.
Yeah, right.
So would you suggest shipping away like Jalen Waddle if you have him in a league? Or would you just hang on? Because if Tyreek Hill gets traded, like Jalen Waddle is the wide receiver one.
Right.
I mean, we've had wide receivers in crappy offenses before.
And they work.
Yeah, like Malik Neighbors. I mean.
Yep.
So, I mean, I'd probably keep Jalen Waddle.
Yeah, on the bench.
For now, until Tyreek Hill gets traded.
For now, yeah. But, like, there's a reason I didn't draft any Dolphins players in any of my redrafts because I just didn't feel comfortable going into the season with this team. I don't really trust Tua, and Tyreek Hill. I mean, yeah, he's still one of the fastest receivers in the league, but is Tua going to give him the ball? I don't know. That's just what I worry about.
It's good underreaction. Keep an eye on the Dolphins this year. My underreaction is talking about one single player, and I don't have this guy anywhere. In all my 5 leagues, don't have him anywhere. It's Michael Pittman Jr. here. And I think he's going to be great this year. And not just because they played the Dolphins, but they got a new quarterback in town, Daniel Jones, who actually can throw the ball a decent amount. He played through the majority of 2024 with a fractured back. Mm-hmm. So people, I think, forget that. It's like, oh, he was bad last year. Well, he was banged up last year. He received 100-plus targets for 4 seasons in a row. And before 2024, he finished as a top 20 wide receiver for 3 years in a row. So I think this guy, I mean, I know they acquired Tyler Warren, and he's going to be utilized heavily. He already is. Yeah, that's clear.
Yeah, right.
But I really do think Michael Pittman Jr. could be a league winner here if this, the ball keeps rolling for the Colts offense here. I do think, I mean, this could also be an overreaction, but I don't think it is. I think this can be a for sure thing going into this fantasy season.
I like that a lot.
Yeah, I mean, he hauled in 6 of his 8 targets for 80 yards and 1 touchdown, 20 PPR points. So, like, he's heavily involved. I think Michael Pittman Jr. is going to be a thing this year. And then, like, I had, like, an extra underreaction. This is about Seattle running back Kenny Walker. That might be a red alert here. That might be a red alert.
Zach Sharp, baby.
Zach Sharp is heavily involved, and he kind of looks better.
And I love Kenny Walker, I
love Kenny Walker. I have him in, I think, 2 leagues. But, yeah, that actually might be a panic here. Yeah. I mean, we are in week 1, but, like, these are some things you got to pay attention to is snap counts, utilization. Like, this is stuff that have to keep an eye out first week fantasy football.
Going off of, the second running back, it's kind of like the same situation as the Vikings. Jordan Mason over Aaron Jones. Jordan Mason had 15 rushing attempts.
I knew that was going to happen. I should have said that last week. I drafted him in like 3 other leagues.
I did too.
Like as like a bench stash. Like I think he's going to take over. Jordan Mason.
He had 15 rush attempts. Aaron Jones 8.
Not even that. Like Jordan Mason looked good.
He looked a lot better than Jones.
That's a tough Bears defense.
Yeah. So, I mean, I picked up Charbonnet and Mason for this reason alone. These reasons. Yes.
Yeah. So there's some underreactions and overreactions, just stay calm, stay engaged, like stay up to date on everything.
Yeah.
And just kind of keep an eye out if you're watching football. I know it's a lot of things to look at, but if you got a couple guys on your team that didn't perform well, like look at the names, just kind of be smart about it. Don't panic if it's Jamar Chase, but maybe panic if it's Kenny Walker.
Yeah.
This might be kind of confusing with the mix of underreactions, overreactions, but I think you guys understand what we're talking about here.
Yeah. And keep in mind, this is better to have happened in week 1 than later in the weeks when you need to make that push for playoffs. So
that's right.
They'll find they're going to find their stride. So
looking ahead to week 2, Justin, any players you want to watch besides the guys we mentioned, or any key matchups that you want want to look at here. I mean, I'm kind of looking at the Dolphins where it's like, are they actually garbage?
Yeah.
I'm curious to see how the Colts will match up against the Broncos. And then the Steelers and Jets, just because it was like a shootout and didn't expect that. I want to see how both those teams play their next matchups too.
And I'm excited for, obviously, the Super Bowl rematch.
Yeah.
The Chiefs and Eagles.
Yeah, they get Jalen Carter back, so.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
No spitting anymore.
Yep.
But, all right, well, there's our second episode of Fox Fantasy Insiders. A lot of things to talk about. I feel like we could have this show go on for an hour, but, you know, we got to.
Football's back.
Yeah, football's back. Feels good.
It feels so good.
Just remember just to stay calm, stay engaged, stay competitive, and stay tuned for more Fox Fantasy Insiders. It's a fun time of the year right now.
It's the best. Literally good. The best time of the year.
But just remember, fantasy football is a marathon, not a sprint.
I like that.
It's true, though.
I like that, yes.
It's true. Like,
it is true.
If you lost your first week, it's okay. Like, you can still make the playoffs and go and start the season 0-5.
Yeah.
You can.
I've done it. I've done it too.
So, stay calm. Don't overreact, but also don't underreact, if that makes sense to you. Justin, good luck in week 2. Audience, we will see you guys in week 3 for Fox Fantasy Insiders.